If you are looking to take advantage of a stock moving in either direction, today's video is for you. In today's video, we're going to be teaching you guys what two advanced options trading strategies are. It is called the Straddle and it is called the Strangle. So if you're excited for today's video or just curious to learn about another trading strategy, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those bell notifications for all future uploads. So the idea behind this is you are basically buying multiple legs of a stock on the options chain, of course, and you're hoping that there's going to be some sort of move in either direction. So, for example, I know we have some earnings coming up with big stocks. NVIDIA is actually towards the back end of earnings usually every single year, so maybe we'll actually not do it. Maybe we'll do. Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's do. I don't know. Let's do Amazon or actually Tesla. Tesla moves a lot because everybody talks about Tesla. Excuse me. So when are Tesla's earnings going to be? Tesla has their earnings April 22nd after hours. So about 2 weeks out or so. So April 22nd. So maybe we'll go like April 24th. So let's say that we're looking at Tesla, and we know that Tesla likes to move, obviously, at their earnings, 5%, 10% maybe, depending on what they announce, depending on the earnings calls, that kind of stuff. But you're somebody who's like, Fridge, I'm thinking, I want to buy a call option. I really do. I want to bet that it's going to go higher up in this case. I want to bet we're going to get a big move to the upside here in this case, which your big move here would be looking at a contract that would cost you $1,200 here. And if Tesla goes up about 4% or so by April 24th, 2 days after earnings, you can go a little bit further out if you want to. Maybe you want to go till April 27th and you want to buy the, this call. Oh, you can't even, is that going to pop up on here? Wow. Oh, they're kind of here, but not really. Let's go back to the 24th one. Why not? But Fridge, I'm paying, $1,255 here, as you'll see on the side over there. I gotta do this again. Hang on, ready? Let's go for a ride. Woo! I do this like every time now, and I feel like people think I'm like stupid as ever. I promise I'm not that much of an idiot, guys. I promise I'm not stupid. But so anyways, back to what we're talking about here. If Tesla goes up, about 4% or so between now and April 24th in about 2 weeks, then you'll be able to print some very good money here, as you know. But people might sit there and say, well, Fridge, but what else can I do instead? I'm not sure what direction. It might be good. It might be bad. Earnings at the end of the day are coin flips, right? Earnings are coin flips that we're looking at here. So what somebody might do is say, you know what, Fridge, I'm going to buy a put option as well. Same expiration date, and I'll even buy the same strike price. And what this creates is what is called your straddle. Because what you're basically doing is you're buying two legs. You're buying two contracts here. Two. Okay. As you'll see, your max loss is $2,820 here. And you're basically betting for Tesla to have a move in either direction. Now, as you will see, your expected move to make money on either side now is not 4% now it's 7-8% because you're paying for two contracts instead of one, right? Which you're paying for two contracts, it's going to be a little bit more for you to break even. In this case, you need more of a move in either direction. But the thing that you're seeing here is that it allows you to basically kind of, cover both sides. If Tesla goes up 5-10% after earnings, great, you make some good money here, as you'll see. If Tesla goes down 10% after earnings, great, you make some good money here. Now, the thing to keep in mind about when you're doing these kind of trades here, especially for straddles and strangles as well, is that you want to make sure you're buying these out far enough where you don't have to pay a very high premium for the trade. By that, I mean, as we get closer to their earnings report, I wouldn't be surprised if we see this trade worth a lot more. In fact, bookmark this right now. This trade will cost you $2,821 right now at the 352.5 strike price. Okay. It'll cost you $2,821 right now. As you get closer to earnings and the speculation builds, the unknown, the fear, the uncertainty, the FOMO all starts to build up here, it creates this IV expansion, which probably is going to make these contracts worth some more money here. The IV right now is 53%. It could be a lot higher right before earnings. So that would be something to kind of think about. And if Tesla starts to sell off a lot, it's no big deal. You're going to start to make some money on one side or the other. You just don't want Tesla to basically trade sideways at this point because you won't make any money. But if you get a big move to the upside or to the downside up to earnings, you'll still be able to hopefully print some very good money here as a result. And what you could do if you wanted to go super crazy, if you start seeing some bullish momentum, you could close out one leg and just keep the call side going or vice versa. Now, The big difference and the only difference between a straddle and a strangle is this. So instead of buying this one right here at the same strike, I buy one that's a little bit different, and it creates what's called a strangle instead of a straddle. That's the only difference. This right here is your only difference, is the strike prices are different in this case. But Fridge, why would I do that? Well, what you'll notice is that your break evens are a little bit higher up, not by much, but your cost basis is a little bit lower. Instead of it being, $2,821, I'm saving you essentially, $150 or so by doing a strangle instead. Now, obviously, what you could do, instead of doing at the money ones like these, what you could do for these trades here is you can go a little bit farther out, so it costs you less. You just are going to be expecting a little bit of a bigger move. So if you want to do, say, the 340, for example, and then do like the 365, you still get a strangle in this case here. Obviously, it's going to be a lot cheaper, but your break evens are going to be a little bit higher as a result. As you'll see, it's a little bit more than 8% now instead of 7% like the previous one was. So that's something to kind of keep in mind about as you're looking at these kind of trades here. So that's the real difference between the straddle and the strangle. The straddle has to be at the exact same price. Whether you want to do, a 345, buy a call and buy a put at 345. Like, that's obviously still going to be a straddle here. It's going to be about the same price. But this one, buying this one here, as you'll see, favors a little bit more on the call side. So it's kind of like a cautiously bullish outlook you see over there. It's a that way. It's kind of a cautiously bullish one where you still have the downside protection a little bit, but you are still hoping more for Tesla to go on the upside. Again, the big risk that you have with straddles and strangles, you're paying 2 times as much, obviously, for contracts. It's going to cost you twice as much. So if you can't afford it, obviously do not do it because you can't afford it. You don't want to blow your portfolio. And if Tesla gets IV crushed and you're just stuck staying right at around the strike price it's at, or the share price, that's where you lose a lot of value really quick. So if you're looking at doing these kind of trades here, I would say maybe go a little bit farther out than just right after earnings, for example. Maybe going to like a May 8th, maybe. I don't know if the option. Oh, here we go. So you do like a May 8th one here. Obviously, it's going to cost you a little bit of money to do the 355. It's a little bit more. Obviously, you pay more because you have more time on your side. You're paying for more time in this case here. But you gave yourself an extra 2 weeks of Tesla to move in either direction. Because what you might see for earnings a lot with companies is they get the big move the day after, and they have continuous selling pressure after that. They read more into the earnings, and it can be the same thing for the other side. You have a big move to the upside, and you can have more and more, positive bullish catalysts coming out. You get a lot of banks and analysts, revising their estimates. You might get that bullish momentum, and you can ride it up to the upside as well. So there's definitely a lot of plays you can do in this case here. Now, some people might sit there and think, what if I buy an in-the-money put and an in-the-money call option? What would it look like? And honestly, I don't really know. It's a good question. So let's say that I want to buy an in-the-money put option. Again, when you buy in the money, you don't have as much of a break even. So say I buy an in-the-money 380 put option. I'm looking for a very, very small side to the downside here. And say I want to buy an in-the-money call option here, as you'll see right here. It still creates, in case it's called a custom one, which I guess is different than your straddle, which I didn't really know much about in this case. But it looks like you're still going to get you're still paying 1,000. Oh my God, this is like, because it's like a weird thing. I wouldn't even play with this. No, thank you. That's not for me. This is Straddle and Strangle 101. That is just like some craziness. I don't even know what you even call that one. I don't even worry about it. But again, let's go back to the basics. The basics are, for companies like Tesla, for companies like Amazon, for companies like Google, like those kind of companies that you're looking at here, you're looking at having those big IV moves in either direction. This is where a straddle and a strangle pays off. One company that you could really do well with, what's a company that's done really well? I don't know, when are SanDisk's earnings? Because I'm curious to know. They're going to be paying a hefty price for these. SanDisk has their earnings on April 30th. So we can go a little bit, and this is going to be a lot. Like, I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat it. This is going to cost you a lot of money. But again, if you're looking for a big break even here, in this case, you want to create, a crazy straddle, as you'll see here. It's going to cost you 20 G's, of course, which is crazy. But as you'll see, your SanDisk implied moves here are expected to be very, very large. One thing that I know a lot of people love to do, especially for earnings season, which again would be like May 1st for here, is to buy a put and to create the straddle at whatever their strike price is at. So, you know, the 860, for example, or the 855. And it gives you an expected, not perfect, but a rough estimate as to what the market thinks the move will be. So right now, Standis they're looking at their pricing in earnings, post-earnings, or a move between now and May 1st of about 22% in either direction. Big move. Big move. I don't know what the expected move is for their earnings, but that's what some people have loved to do, to use straddles and strangles, is to kind of figure out the expected move from it and use that as your guideline. So that is it for today's video. Again, straddles and strangles are very useful if you're looking to capture some IV, especially if you're looking for a big move. For example, doing a straddle when the deadline was coming up for the S&P, I think would have done very, very well because, again, there's a lot of IV baked into it. And when that earnings came out, it was a 2% move in SPY and the Qs and stuff like that. So you could do it on, you know, big events like that, maybe, for example. Earnings is a big one as well, but you want to get in far enough ahead of time because as you get closer and closer to a specific event, whether it's CPI data, whether it's FOMC meeting, whether it's interest rate decisions, whether it's earnings reports, when you get up to that date, it's probably going to be a very hefty price that you would have to pay out to take advantage of the move. So keep that in mind as you're doing these kind of trades here. It is really risky. And again, you're buying two options instead of one, so your cost is going to be twice as much. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made this far in the video, as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those bell notifications as per usual. Hope you're making money in the market in some way, shape, or form. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.